Hey beautiful souls, Hannah here. Hannah from Reality Awareness. I've got my crown on because we've just come out of our full moon ceremony, the last full moon of 2020. A little bit huge, just a little bit huge, right? So okay, let me share this. As always, I got an energy update. Haven't done an energy update for quite some time. I've actually been really triggered by energy updates, to be honest. That's why I've been quiet on the energy updates. I've been really quiet with it. I've been going through a massive process with it. It's kind of interesting, and I don't think that's a story for today. I think that's a story for another time. But let's just say that much for now. Hi, Candace. So I'm all dressed up and it's beautifully pitter-pattering rain here, and we just completed the full moon ceremony because the peak of the full moon, what's the time now, was exactly an hour ago. How about that? So exactly an hour ago was the peak of the full moon. So I'm curious how you guys are feeling right now, because the full moon has just gone to her peak, so still be in very much the fullness of this energy right now, right? So very, very powerful, potent time. So just let me consciously, presently share this so I don't share it in the wrong place. And I shall be super present with you about this energy update. All right, done. Okay, perfect. All right, so energy update. There's some things that I want to say. Let me just bring it up actually, because I pretty much typed them all in so I would remember what I wanted to talk about. Oh, thank you. Looks so beautiful. Yeah, I was told I had to wear my crown, and I went on a very different journey today in the full moon ceremony. We were taken on a journey to a place with the triple goddess, actually, and Archangel Mary, hence the archangel standing there. It was Archangel Mary today, and yeah, hey Lee, yeah, thank you. Looking forward to this update. Yeah, I just haven't done one for a while. I've just been really triggered in them. All right, I'm just gonna leave that there so I remember what I'm saying. Okay, so hi Jessica. Yeah, so very soon I'm going to release the world prediction update. Let's just call it the new year, I don't know, 2021 prediction, let's say, the world update, because I had done, hi Marina, hi guys, lovely to have you here. So when we can see your comments there, Shane. Hi Kelly, just outside moonbathing. Yeah, we literally have just gone the peak of the full moon, like I said, about an hour ago. So we were deep in ceremony, and we were guided and taken to a place where I haven't actually been before with that ceremony. So it was very special, very powerful, very releasing for the end of this year of 2020 that everyone was just like, specifically around the last 6 months too, it was the final of the priestess code, and so it was very interesting with the triple goddess energy that was very in there, and Archangel Mary, deep in the self-love. So yeah, so I'll be releasing the world global prediction update very soon. I haven't been guided to do that as yet, so I know that I'll be doing that in January, probably in a couple of days, because it's like January in a couple of days. And what I specifically want to talk about right now is this potent energy portal that we are in right now, which is the 25th to the 1st of January that I kept talking about, that my spirit guide being came through on the solstice ceremony in June this year, and specifically said to me between the 25th and the 1st, there's like a high frequency potent energy coming through the field, the others coming into us, and somewhat from us. And this is like, you know, and everyone was talking about the 21st, this is when it starts, and it's like, this when the planets lined up. The effects were not felt until the 25th or the 24th, right, depending on where you are in the world. So I'm curious how many of you had a big breakdown on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, Did you feel that like Christmas Day was just something you want to wipe out of history from your emotional memory, perhaps? Might have been very depressive or down for you. Feel like, you know, that the day before Christmas, like Christmas Eve, was very, I want to say flip-sided, right? So for me personally, I felt really happy this Christmas. The first time in a long time, which is what I'd posted about, right? However, yeah, kind of says, yes, stayed home in bed for the 2 days at Christmas. Yeah, and so this is the thing where I was saying, not wanting to come out of your cocoon, falling asleep out of nowhere, jaw, neck pain, all of these things. The 24th for Matthew, yeah. So this is where, you know how I said, like, you know, the being that came through to me in June had said the 25th to the 1st. And this was before anyone was even talking about, sorry, to the 1st of January. This is before anyone started talking about the solstice on the 21st or that planetary lineup, right? It was like, this is when the effects are going to be felt, and it was like this high potency energy. So if you could see, like, sorry, I don't know if that's a big blowfly. Don't mind flies, but the blowflies, they bite. So I was like, I don't know, is that a blowfly? Because it's kind of weird weather for a blowfly to be around. Anyway, so distracted by the flies. The flies are entities. Let me talk more about this. So, yeah, so the 25th to the 1st. So if I could describe what I see when I say this high potency energy coming in, right? Let's say this is Earth, okay? Let's say this is Earth, and whatever this is up here, I don't know, right? Because I don't personally know galaxies and star systems and their location around our Earth. Like, I don't. I would have to pull up a map. I would have to study it. That's something I just don't know, right? However, what I do know is that I can see the energy, and there's like, the Earth is here and above us. So I don't know if it's above the North Pole. I don't know. It's like, but it's coming in like a funnel. Like, it's coming in on a, literally like a funnel, like an upside down triangle, if you may. And this is the energy, and it's coming into our Earth, and it literally looks like a waterfall of white light. If I could describe it, what it looks like that, but it's not like a waterfall when we're like, shh, but the color of it or something looks like that. But it's more like a sheet or sheets, thin sheets. I've seen this energy before, actually. Like, if we were looking at a piece of paper, like the thin sheets of that white waterfall light is like covering our planet, like coming in and just like a sieve, right? Sieving right through our planet. That's what's happening. Between the 25th and the 1st is where we're feeling the effects right now. It's smack bang in the middle of it, plus the full moon, and it's the partial eclipse, like, huh, and we just had solstice, and then it was a total eclipse not long ago, right? So there's a lot of energy on the table right now, okay? So with this, like, it's like a sieve, you know, coming through the planet. It's literally like, I want to say burning through our atmosphere, burning through you. So if you're falling asleep like that, and for me, 2 days ago it was, like, I had my lunch, and then all of a sudden I was just like conking out. Like, I had to go and have a nap, and I was just like, whoa, this is weird. Like, what is this? Because what did I eat? And I was looking at my foods, and I was like, this is what I normally eat. I'm like, this feels different. And I was like, okay, I think it's these energies right now. And because it felt like something coming over me, I was like, am I picking up somebody's energy? Like, went through the whole thing. And I was just like, no, I'm just going to have a nap right now. And, you know, and then a couple of clients said something similar, and I'm like, yeah, I see energy, so forget about that, right? So it's like this big, like a sieve, if you may, going through the Earth. Like, that's how I could describe. You know what I'm talking about with a sieve? You know, that we like strain our rice in or something, right? It's a sieve, yeah? And it's literally like that energy coming through the planet. So it's just like coming through, and it's like sieving out all the black shit, is how I could describe it. Yeah, it's sieving out all the black shit. So if you have had unresolved trauma, unresolved grief, things that you've buried, things that you've tucked under, you know, pushed under the mat, so to speak, that's why you're breaking down. That's why you're not wanting to get out of bed. That's why you can't stay awake. That's why you're like, it's this like, it's as it's sieving through the black stuff, so to speak, it's dragging it out of you. If you want to put a label on how I'm describing the energy of trying to explain it to you, right? Like, it's literally dragging it out of your body, right? That's why you're like emotional. Now, the other thing I really want to speak to, I probably should have put this in the title. Pets dying. Pets dying or pets getting sick. There has been, maybe it's just me, because you know how Google and social media works. Maybe it's just me seeing it in my feed, but there has been a lot of animals pass away in this 25th portal. Since 25th. There's been a lot of animals get sick. Not mine. Mine are all good. I've seen a lot. Now, when an animal passes away or an animal gets sick, that animal has been carrying that grief, that trauma, that illness for you. And as we know, if we look at what the illness is, right? What the illness is, that is an emotional clue to what you've buried inside of you. It's just that it's out here because it's so deep buried in there, you're not wanting to deal with it, which is fine. This is just life. I'm not saying there's anything bad or wrong with you. Please know this, right? I'm just explaining the energy that's going on so that you can move through this faster with ease to come back to somewhat peace and happiness, right? Does that even exist? Yes, it does. This is what this ceremony was about. It's very interesting. Okay, so the animals dying. So again, like if you've had an animal die out of the blue, even from old age, it's time, whatever, that animal, you know, if you think back to when you got that animal, that dog, cat, whatever animal it is, think back, when did you get that animal and what did you get that animal for? Say if you went through a relationship breakup and then you went and got the dog, or if you went through, you lost a death in the family and then you went and got the animal as a comfort, like whatever. I mean, maybe you just went and got the animal. It wasn't even a conscious thing that was a comfort or a replacement. Like, you know, it's not, again, I'm not judging you here, right? Please know I'm just explaining what's going on deeper so you can clear this out so that when the next wave of sieving through energy comes through, you won't have to go through this as much again, okay? So as this sieves through, right, it's pulling out any of that stuff that you've buried in there, okay? Why? Why is this happening? Because as our planet, human race, evolution of consciousness, whatever you want to put label on it, whatever's going on, right, we are waking up, okay? No one can really deny that there's a lot of stuff in the world shocking people into an awakening and questioning the truth and what's actually really going on, because I'm hearing like 10 different stories and they're just walking away confused, but in that confusion it's helping them to tap into what's the truth actually, so it's a good thing that's going on, right? And so when we can really look at like what's happening in the world right now, we are shifting, evolving, growing, waking up, yeah? And so at this point in evolution of time, like at some point, and I feel like for all of you guys watching, of course, but even for people that you know around, you know, just know, right? And you're seeing the same symptoms that I'm mentioning here, you can see what's going on for them, right? Because of this information, yeah? And so that person or yourself would in some way, shape or form be into the spiritual stuff. Maybe done a meditation or two, maybe read books about it, maybe they're fully into it, maybe they do workshops, whatever, right? And that person has done the spiritual work a little bit or somewhat a lot, but this big chunk that's like hitting and sieving through now is just ready to come out because you're at a point of pivotal vibration that is shifting you to the next level, and this black stuff can't come into that next level. So it's like this light is like sieving through the planet, pulling it out so that you can rise, right? Which is like a no-brainer when we think about it. It's like kind of like that's a no-brainer, but you know, and it's tricky to describe. So let me check these comments because there's a bit of comments while I've been talking there, and of course ask me questions, which I probably have been. So let me just check these comments. If it's gonna load and come up, which is taking its time. I got my laptop just here. You're wondering what I'm looking at. Brittany says, hi, beautiful, love the dress. Ah, fairy princess. I feel like a fairy princess today. And my beautiful maiden pearls on. There's the maiden, the mother of the crones, the triple goddess, and the maiden pearls. Pearl in the liquid crystals represents the maiden. And we had Archangel Mary and the triple goddess. Very, very powerful full moon ceremony. Deeply embodying that love. The love with boundaries. Yes, definitely. Yes. Okay. Huge headaches. Oh, so the headaches. So the headaches and the pain in the neck and stuff. I'm just talking about this in the ceremony too. The end of the ceremony always goes into an energy update. I'm like, let me jump on live publicly for this. So it's like pain in the neck or like headaches and stuff like that. So number one, Minerals. Yeah, make sure you're drinking enough water and taking enough minerals, you know, which is like your salts and like a proper mineral supplement, you know, like when there's not enough minerals in our food. So make sure you're drinking enough water, of course. It's like a no-brainer. I want to check these things out, right? But energetically, I feel like there's a lot of masks coming off. There's a lot of, I want to say gripes coming off. You know how they used to torture us and put those big things around our head? Those vices, those vices are coming off. We're taking the, like, and I said in the full moon ceremony as well, I see them as like, you know, the old style scuba diving headgear. It's like, that's when I see headaches and stuff, people talk about it, and that's what I see on you guys, right? In a way, not everyone, but you know, some people, when it's just been like, okay, it's time to take that off. When there is this head, neck, eye pain and stuff like that, we're coming into our truth. We cannot, so it's like clearing out that, dragging through and sieving through all the black stuff, right? Oh, I just got a message, I'll share it in a minute. That was really big. Okay, now I'm clearing energy from you guys. For you guys, planet, whatever. The mask can't be there anymore. The headgear needs to come off. Like, it's starting to move the energy and activate through. So as you're being sieved from all this black, dark grief, heartbreak, stuff you haven't dealt with, betrayal, whatever's coming up, right? Whatever's coming up. Feeling like you're being attacked, feeling like life's being sucked out of you, all of this, okay, as that's coming out, you're starting to feel all these headaches and pain and neck and everything. Why? Because all of a sudden, that light energy is starting to come into your body, and it's like, you're starting to feel, starting to move the energy, starting to become clearer, even though it probably doesn't feel like it with the headaches, right? But it's the light energy coming through. So make sure you're exercising, make sure you're meditating, okay? Meditating connects you to the divine frequency that is coming through, rather than you doing your day-to-day life and it flooring you. You're actually consciously connecting with it through meditation and enabling all those amazing ideas to come in, rather than it just flooring you in a way, right? Today they finally subsided. Sorry, I didn't read that bit, but you reminded me. Talk about headaches. Okay, I don't know why this is not loading. It's annoying me. Okay, so Christmas Day was a bit of a roller coaster for me in a good way. Memories and tears were a good release. Yeah, spending time at home with just my children was awesome. Your eldest even joined you. Know how special that is. That's amazing. See, for me it was like really good too. And like, yeah, roller coaster, but like beautiful, beautiful heart opening. Hi, Josephine. Hi. I feel like a goddess. It's beautiful. We should have Goddess Day every day. We're definitely talking about that in the ceremony. How can we make it beautiful every day? How can this beauty be there every day? How can we choose to, it gets to be like this every day now, right? Napped for 3 hours on Christmas Day. Yeah, that's a long time. And awesome as well. Lee says, feeling very in between worlds. Yes, that very in between worlds, because as we're shifting through, we're moving. Yeah, and you know how I always talk about the webs, and like there's 2 different webs, or we're raising to the next web, or whatever it is. Like, who really actually knows, right? I know some people are like, it's this, and I'm like, is it? Who says? Anyway, I just sense the energy, and maybe even the energy's wrong. Like, hey, whatever's, right? But you know what I'm like with labels. They're good for explaining, but let's go beyond them. What else is there? So the web, right? So if we're stepping from this web and we're stepping up here, right, from one web to another, for example, it's like this in-between space, yeah, and it's literally what's happening as we're moving to the next space there, yeah. Tammy said, I had a lot of angst on Christmas Eve night and Christmas morning, and again today, yeah. So a lot of that is like the coming up, yeah, it's like sifting through all that, what is it, buried stuff. Lee says, lots of stuff coming up from years ago, even remembering things from being a baby. Yeah, this is the clear out. This is the level of clear out. And if we can allow it, some powerful shifting going on, right? So Ricky says, whoa, I got my dog when I was with my long-term ex. I even dreamt of him the past 2 nights. I felt my Maxie isn't going to be with me much longer. It's the healing there. Covered in goosebumps. It's the healing, right? Yeah. Hi, Deborah. So Josephine says, my neck has been bothering me these last 3 days. Actually getting a massage this afternoon. Yeah, shift the energy out, right? And also ask it. Ask, what is this? Show me what this is. Show me where this is coming from. Show me what this is about, right? Like, give me information. It might not come straight away, but over a couple of days, or someone might say something to you, or you might see something. Know that it would be the answer of what you're shifting out. Hi, Scott. Ricky said, tonsils out on 23rd has been a catalyst of growth and opened my throat chakra. When we physically get stuff removed, we're ready to deal with that as well. So yeah, that is massive. Massive, massive. So Jen said, Hannah, my mum passed the day after Christmas. Huge. I was there to hold her hand when she ascended. It was a gift to experience. Now begins the healing, so no longer suffering. Yeah, that's been a long time, isn't it? Well, from what I remember. And sure, it's longer from what even I know. So, so special and huge and massive all at the same time, right? Sending you so much love there, Jen, because it's huge. I almost said before about the animals, that also the people as well. I know animals and people pass away all the time. That's why I was just like, maybe it's just in my feed, but you know, I just feel like it's pertinent to right now for some reason. So yeah, and a little bit as well, because what just dropped in is, you know, that June, July, August, I was doing a lot of distance healings, and it was so interesting. It was like such a strong theme through them all. It was like these relationship sort of breakup, discord things. Little side note, today I got shown this little 3-day intensive that I'm going to run, all that relationship stuff. I'm a bit excited about it. More to come. Keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll be like mid to late January. We'll hold that. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked because I'm so excited about it. But talking about the distance healings in that June, July, August, when I was doing a lot, it was like something huge about right now, which makes a lot of sense. We're moving from earth to air, we're moving into Aquarius, you know, like all of that, all the big stuff going on is very significant. But there's also a point where I feel a lot of us are waking up to the truth beyond the truth, and seeing it for what it is, and then finding our own truth. So it's very grounded, very like reality shifting space, right? And I feel like combined with that, a lot of the soul contracts that we've had karmically, and we die and we reincarnate apparently, and then we like come back and we have these karmic families and these like soulmates that we've had every time, and like all these karmic twin flames and it's hell and all this shit, and like a lot of those, this is the last lifetime that we're experiencing that, because of the growth, because of the evolution of consciousness, because of the light frequency shift, because of the truth realizations behind the truth, because of what they're doing in the world. And I can't wait to talk about the world prediction stuff because it's coming. You know, like, there's so much I've got to say about that. They're waking us up. Like, they're trying to keep us asleep. They're just waking us up. They're like I said before, like everyone's getting all this different information, so they're confused. But confusion actually is a couple of things. Number one, you've taken on their truth, not yours. Number two, it's actually helping you to discern your truth. Actually, I'm confused, so it makes you look deeper. It makes you explore things, and I don't think that's what they were intending. But anyway, so, you know, and this piece here around like these relationship karmic cycles, this is the last time for them, because we're waking up to the truth that actually that's not our natural state to come back and live in all this pain and trauma. Like, that's not what we're designed for. That's not what, you know, our natural state is. Our natural state is expansion and evolution and continual growth and expansion. Like, we're supposed to live for thousands of years, not a couple hundred, or a couple of hundred, not even a couple hundred, not even, like, do you know what I mean? Like, no. And so, like, we're waking up to all these truths behind the truth. And so all the karmic cycles are also breaking, like, for good now, because we don't need to repeat all of that heavy stuff anymore. Like, we don't. And it's choosing. Okay, so this is the other important message about this energy update. Now is the time to choose the light. We have to consciously choose the light. A bit like this ceremony. It was like, how can we create this beauty and this feeling every day, even when we're busy, even when we're rushed, even when we're doing tasks that we don't want to do. I want to talk about what we talked about in the full moon ceremony, but anyway, made me laugh. How can we bring love to that situation? How can we bring that peace, that love to the situation just from our conscious choice of making it beautiful. Okay, I don't really want to do this task, but you know what? I get to choose to do this, and I'm choosing to do this with love. I'm choosing to do this with a vibration that I can get it done fast. I'm choosing to get this done fast so I can go and do the thing that I really want to do. I'm choosing to do this thing so it creates beauty in my home and around my environment so that I feel beautiful all the time, which creates the vibration of love that I actually want to create. Yeah, this is choosing the light in every moment. This is choosing how we're feeling in every moment, no matter what we don't feel like doing or do feel like doing. When we simply change, and I almost posted this earlier today, and I sort of talked about this the 4 minutes ceremony too. I almost posted, I don't know, it was something along the lines of, do you think that mindset is the, I don't know if the right words are. See, I don't even, that's why I didn't post it, because I'm like, it's like a book I could write about this. Do you think that mindset is like the definition of success or failure? And it's not the only thing that creates success or failure, but it's 99% of it, for sure, right? In a way of like the moment to moment choices of how we're choosing to think. I'm choosing to do this thing with love. I'm choosing to get this thing done so I can go and do the other thing. Not like, I want to fucking do this thing. Like, you know, this is how I used to be. I get to choose to do this so I can go and create beauty and do what I really want to do, right? Those sorts of things, right? I get to choose to do these things. This is choosing the light and choosing this vibration in every moment, no matter what catastrophic stuff is going on around us, right? So important. Definitely truth behind the truth. And yes, last time. Yeah, it definitely feels it so much. Okay. Okay, let me just check these comments. Sorry. So Josephine says, in between world. Leah still says, I feel like I'm dreaming. Yes. She always says it's a good dream, but she's feeling it too. Yeah, exactly. It's that feeling. It's that energy. And to be honest, that is a big part of the light coming through. So if you're not really feeling the heavy stuff because you've cleared a lot out, right? And there's no judgment on that, because I used to be like that all the time. And it's like that light coming through, that waterfall light that that I shared before, that's the dreamy feeling. It's like, oh, yeah. So now I'm understanding that energy is movement, clearing, always more clearing. Yeah, it's constant evolution. So Josephine says, I did ask this morning about my neck, and it's me needing to get more in touch with my inner child. Yes. Perfect. Yes, beautiful day for Christmas. Last year was the loneliest. Yes. Yeah, it does take quite a lot to heal stuff, for sure, right? And definitely truth beyond the truth, for sure. Yeah. Your niece were due on the 12th, 21, but had a baby at 12:32. Love that. On the 23rd. All those numbers. Been talking for a long time. Yes, do from a place of love. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, mindset is huge. It is. It is the difference between how your day turns out and the difference between how you feel at the end of the day about your day, no matter what happened about your day. It's huge. It's really, really huge. Anything about constant ears ringing and eye twitching? Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So Lee says, I need to give myself permission to choose my next level, let go of my past version of myself. So much of that going on too, by the way. So this cocoon that I said you don't want to come out of. Oh, sorry, my leg's going to sleep. The cocoon that you don't want to come out of, let me just bring this up, is very much that, like, we go in, like we're about to come out as the new butterfly, and that involves letting go of all the past things that we used to be, right? Like, yeah, definitely a lot of that going on, for sure. And definitely it is a choice as well as giving yourself permission. So I love that you've caught that. Okay, so when you're talking about the ears ringing and the eye twitching, falling asleep out of nowhere, the jaw and the neck pain. So I'm not sure when you joined this live stream, it's Miss Tisha. Love that name, by the way. Like, and I was talking about the energy coming through, and so it's like a sieve, and it's like dragging out all the black stuff, right, back down. And I didn't actually share with you guys that realization that I had about that, but it's huge. I feel like I need to tell you, okay, because this is going to explain a lot. So first of all, Miss Tisha, the ears ringing and the eye twitching stuff is a similar of the neck pain and stuff releasing and coming out and through of like that, the stuff's being dragged out. And so now the light energy is in your head, in your, you know, it's coming through the body, so to speak. And so there's a lot of that like movement and shifting, right? So with ears ringing, I know there's like medical terms about it, so obviously you need to check that stuff out. But the ears ringing for me personally is like a download of information. I'm very conscious of intuitive messages when I, you know, hear that as well. And then the, like, you know, so asking yourself, you know, like, okay, like when I hear it, I'll like catch myself and I'm like, okay, I'm like listening already, even though it's just a download. So, you know, when we talk about light language and it's like a frequency that we don't really understand, we don't understand the language, but we can feel it, we can hear it, and it activates something within us. The ear ringing is a download like that, right? So we don't really consciously understand it, but we can, right? So what I do when I hear it is I am just aware of, it stops me every time, even though I've heard it for years. And I'm like, okay, what was I just thinking about? Oh, what was I just doing? Yeah, okay. What was I going to do? Okay. And what messages do I need to hear? Like, they're the things that I go through every time I hear it, right? Because if I was just thinking about something, doing something, creating something, whatever in my life, just in my day-to-day thing, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, what was I just thinking about? Because it can come as a confirmation, but it can also come as a brand new download, which when you ask for information, or can I have conscious understanding of what that was, please? You might not get it straight away, might come over the next couple of days. You might not even be aware that it's connected to that. So yeah. And my third eye has been constantly twitching for 3 days. Yeah, so Penny, so that 3 days, so where are we now? Well, we're at the 30th, so we're almost at the 1st. It's a couple more days. We're kind of in the middle of it. And so that 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th energy, like I just feel like it's like, I don't know, it's a pulsating, and I feel, so 2 days ago, Monday for me, was really like, I really felt it, and that's probably the third day, the 28th, yeah, so it'd be the third day. You know what I say about this 3-day window thing, right? My ears have been ringing very loudly, and I do not have a medical reason. Yes, ears ringing a lot. Yeah, so just stopping and asking. So Deborah says, yes, making a conscious choice to be happy and come from a place of love. Yeah, I'm not sure if Tamara is on this live stream or not. If you're listening, can we write that one down? The conscious choice to be happy and come from a place of love. Like, that needs to be a quote. That needs to be something that us empaths, sensitive healers, light workers, ancient blooded healers, we need to make a conscious choice to be happy. Honestly, mindset was the thing that was stopping all of my healing. Yeah, there's so much I could talk about that, but it's definitely a big part of it, right? So yeah, so let me know if that helps, Miss Tisha. But it's like, you know, as we move through the shit and this high frequency comes in, it's like it's coming, it's allowing us to come, it's us receiving that high frequency energy. Yeah, and sometimes it can be really loud or eyes twitching or that sort of thing. It's like it's shifting the energy. So as I said before, meditating around this time or meditating every day regardless is very powerful to let yourself consciously receive this, right? So it's a bit like, you know, when I say you're getting woken up at the nighttime and you can't get back to sleep, and then you're like receiving all this information or your mind's going and everything. So one of the things I say is like meditate during the day, because sometimes when we're highly tuned in, acute sensitive light workers, we get that feeling of like, okay, hang on, I just lost what I was saying, could you tell? Okay, waking up. So the waking up in the nighttime is sitting down during the day and consciously meditating 20 minutes max. I mean, minimum. Why? Because you're going to receive all the information, and there's time in your day to receive your intuitive information that your guides, intuition, higher self, whatever's trying to communicate to you, rather than busy all day, don't have time for self, don't have time for any of that shit. Even though I say I am, no, right? We consciously make time to meditate and receive that energy, that information. We might sit there and receive nothing, but we've actually received a lot intuitively and we don't even realize, especially for sensitive empaths, right? So when we look at, you know, like the ears ringing, the eyes twitching and stuff like that, if you consciously sit down, meditate, connecting with that high frequency energy, you're receiving, you know, like you're receiving that energy. So it's not gonna like just twitch you through today because you're not paying attention to it. Like, of course we pay attention to it, but do you know what I mean? You're not consciously receiving it. So now more than ever is the time to sit down and meditate. Yeah. So yeah, so let me know if that helps. All right. My gifts have went to next level. Yeah, exactly. So Jessica says, yes, Monday I felt it heavily. Yeah, so did I. Would you recommend taking a pain reliever or let it be? The headache just came out of nowhere. So catch-22 with taking pain, headache medication and stuff. For me personally, I can tell the difference between, say, a wave of energy, like you said, on Monday, I felt it heavily. The headache just came out of nowhere. I can tell the difference when it is that come out of nowhere, like, whoa, and usually if I just sit consciously with it for a bit, I'm just like, and just, it moves again, right? So bringing conscious awareness to it shifts it and stuff, right? A real headache, you know, there's a contradictory line when I'm saying real right now. So for me, a real headache would be if I was dehydrated, not drinking water, stressed to the max. I don't know if that's a good example, but say a headache from being dehydrated is a very different feeling to an energy frequency come out of nowhere, like, whoa, like, what was that? Come from the vortex or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So when you ask me, would I take a pain reliever or should we or whatever, it depends, right? So it depends. You know, if I was, again, it's all really contradictory what I'm saying. So if I had a really extreme headache and I had to function and do life, like make my family dinner or something like that, I would probably take the headache thing, right? The pill. What's that called? In Australia, I take Nurofen. That thing, right? If I had the space to lay down, go to sleep and drink water and pass out, I'd probably choose that. If I had the space and time. If I have to function in modern day world and have to do life, I'd take the Panadol. I don't take Panadol, but you know what I mean, right? Again, if I am sensing the difference between an energy coming into me from somebody else and I'm carrying somebody's energy, I'll check and I'll clear that. And I definitely won't take a painkiller for that. Because I clear the energy instead, etc. If it's a high frequency energy, like I said, I'd be like, you know, and when I do feel it, because I do feel it at times when it comes in, but on Monday for me, I was just tiredness. Like I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was like, what? Like, I was like, okay, just lie down for half an hour, Hannah, like makes all the difference. Because when we are receiving that energy as well, which is just the glass, the cockies actually, black cockatoos by the sound of it, flying over. It's okay, mate. It's okay. He won't get up and check it out, though. He'll just sit there and bark. He's getting old. So, yeah. So, let me know if that helps. So, for example, with, like, period pain as well. So, I don't get period pain very often. When I do, if it's really bad, I will take Nurofen. Especially, again, if I have to function in modern day life. If I'm just got a lazy day at home and I'm just cruising and whatever and got not a big workflow or whatever, I'll just deal with it. Yeah. So yeah, just let me know if that helps there. And so when pain does come out of nowhere, it's so important to ask, whose energy is this? Like I did on Monday, I was just like, whoa, what's going on? Like, you know, I was like, am I carrying somebody's energy? Like, and it didn't feel like somebody, it felt like universal sort of thing. I was just like, it feels bigger than this, you know. So yeah, always checking the energy first, 100%. I just asked for that this evening under my full moon. Beautiful. Yes, I think it's mine as well. Yes. Thanks. I look so pretty like that girl out of the labyrinth. Oh, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I just had the beautiful full moon. So goddess time, the triple goddess. So Paula Michelle says, so much pressure in my third eye, lots of deep grief. Yes, lots of downloads. I'm seeing behind and through things 100%. So psychic, it scares you. Yeah, so I'd be looking at why that scares you. This is normal for us, right? When we normalize it and really tap into how it guides us in our day-to-day, we become friends with it rather than being scared of it, yeah? So let me know, Michelle, as well, Paula Michelle, if you... I'm not sure when you joined this live stream, because I did talk a lot about the pressure, the grief, and everything like that earlier in the live stream. So yeah, just let me know. I'm not sure when you joined. Kylie says, and meditation also helps your body switch to parasympathetic nervous system. Yes, thank you. I always forget that. I always forget the physical stuff that is important, and that's why meditation helps, because it turns off the flight or fight and enables us to receive the natural energy. By the way, guys, natural energy. This is so much what we were talking about in the full moon ceremony. It was so connected to that. The natural energy of nature, and the thing that connects us all through nature. Like we're nature, right? When we're in the fight or flight all the time, and the go, that's when we're going to get more pain and headaches and stuff with that high frequency coming in, because our natural state. And so the ones that have been feeling in the dreamy, beautiful, oh, it's so nice, cocoon time, like energy, right? If we're not clearing out piles of grief, is like because we've turned off that flight or fight and we're open to receiving this beautiful natural energy that is our natural state, that is pulling us back to our natural frequency outside of all the electronic stuff and the electromagnetic, whatever, the devices, you know what I'm talking about, all those wave things, because that is not our natural state and actually fries our system, right? So you'll be fried by that energy more if you're not like open to receiving and consciously switching off that flight or fight. So you probably see on my story and my photos recently, I've been spending a lot of time in the pool, and I also knew that it was going to be like 10 days of rain coming soon, which just started. So I was conscious of spending a lot of time outdoors in the hot sun. And I literally, like, I don't spend too much time in that hot sun, even though it looks like it, but I literally in the middle of the day will go out there and like sit in the hot midday sun for like, I don't know, I don't even know a time, right? It would be like 10 minutes maybe. I don't time it. Maybe I should for an example, but I literally like will lay there and I'll feel it, like, you know, and you can feel when it heats you up, and then you can feel when it starts to burn in a way. And so at that point, that's when I'll turn over and do my other side, but I'm conscious of it like heating me up and like returning me to my natural state, and I'm connecting with the earth as I'm laying on, you know, the ground. I'm sitting on my towel, but the rock's right there and my hands are on it, and just consciously like taking in the heat, for example. And I know some of you are in like freezing cold at the moment, but nature, when we consciously let that into our system, like it can burn away any of the crap and bring us back to our natural state. Like consciously while I do it, you know, I'll be like working away, and then I'll be like, right, time to go outside, and like I'll literally burn away anything that's not my natural state, so it resets my frequency back to that state, so we're able to receive the energies easier, right? So yeah, thank you for that, Kylie. I always forget that stuff. I should know. I should say that more, but yeah, there's other people that do that for me, so well. So Deborah says, yes, can tell the difference between different energies. No headaches today, but had one yesterday. It was lingering energy from things finally leaving my system. Yes, we have to remember that when we are detoxing, we will get headaches and stuff, because we're shifting out the crap from our body. So Jessica says, yes, Monday I was drained, like overlay exhausted. Yes, I did take pain medicine because I had to care for my kiddos. Exactly. We just do what we have to do, you know, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, as long as we're checking in and we know where the energy's coming from or whatever, like, you know, if we're taking pain medication or anything, by the way, to cover up feelings, to avoid dealing with stuff, or to just go unconscious to what we're feeling, yeah, that's when you want to look deeper at what you're covering up, right? So Paula says, yes, I just woke up too. Yes, exactly. Dozed off in euphoria. Yeah, were you tuning into our full moon ceremony? In a way. Thanks, Richard. Yes, lingering, that's the word, but today woke up refreshed. Yeah. So, and I feel too, so, you know, like I said, that 25th of December to the 1st of January. So the 1st of January is like, it's the most potent portal of it, right? And so the 1st of January into the 2nd of January, even the 3rd, we'll be stepping out of the potency of it, so to speak, is what my sense about it, right? So, you know, and there might be just like at the 24th, 25th bit, entryway, so to speak. Yeah, it's like a lot of people were like what's going on, right? And then the 3-day window, and then I feel like there might be a bit of that, or, you know, what might be like, oh, okay, let's do this. Let's do 2021. Like, it's the kind of energy of it, right? But possibly, depending on what wave frequency you're at, how much you've pulled or sieved out, in a way. I feel that the general theme of this energy, so to speak, or the overlay theme, in a way, will be felt until the end of February, right? Up and not necessarily up and down, just a general vibe of it until the end of February, I feel personally. And then March is like, feels like a total different energy altogether. So I'll speak more about that in depth when I do the world prediction update. I've been talking a lot. I've just done that thing. Oh my goodness, can you tell? I've just done the full moon ceremony, and this, I was just thinking, I'm like, I said on the full moon ceremony, all right, I'm just going to do a quick energy update. I was like laughing already because I'm like, a quick live stream? Hannah, really? Natural line, yes, exactly. Josephine, I love that so much, your business name. Paula says the persecution has been huge. Yeah, lots of release about that. So Josephine says, when you talk about our natural state, ourselves, yes. Deborah says, I went through some grief this morning and releasing since Saturday. It's been in a beautiful cocoon. Yes. Yes, enjoy massage, rebirthing, breath work, crystal, sound, healing. Dogs are onto the birds. Something just dropped. It's interesting because the big like cockatoos like fly over and they just drop things, or the big pine cones or whatever. All right. I think we've covered everything. What did I say in here? Christmas Day, yes. Utter peace, joy, not wanting to come out of cocoon, falling asleep, floating, yes. I think we've covered it all. So, the other thing, last thing. What you are doing right now is setting the tone. I was getting the message the other day for the next 15 years. Now, I don't know the astrological jargon lineup stuff about that. And I was just like, 15? I'm like, that's a big chunk of time. I was like, okay. So, I don't know. I'm sure some astrologer will end up saying something about it, I'm sure, at some point. But it was like the stuff that you were doing in this portal between the 21st, and the 1st of January is setting the tone for the next 15 years of your life. Now, if you're freaking out going, but I've been bawling my eyes out the whole time, it's like, no, what you're shifting out so that you're not holding that anymore is creating a new version of you to be free for the next 15 years of that burden, okay? So don't freak out about that. But whatever support structures, mechanisms you're putting in place, shedding the old you, not being that person anymore, you know, letting go of things that you should have let go of 10 years ago, you know, like all of that stuff is really shifting to the next like phase, right? So it's like clearing the slate, if you may, for the next 15 years. That's a long portal of time, right? So just be conscious of that, and like, yeah, I'm choosing to bring more love into my life and my everyday moments. That is setting the tone for the next 15 years of my life. And any bad thing that happens, know that it's clearing out so that you're not dragging that baggage into the next era of your life. Oh, I want to try and show you. I can hear the cockatoos, but they just heard it again. So I was looking around before. So yeah, so really taking that with you as well as we bring in more light, love, peace, and consciously choosing that, yeah, no matter what is going on around you. So guys, it's white cockatoos. It's the white cockatoos. I thought it was black because of the rain. It's white. Important, especially with what we were just talking about. Let's check it out. Oh, it's gonna be significant, I'm sure. The white cockatoos. Thought they were black because the black ones always come around with the rain. Well, not always, because they're come before the rain actually. Okay, cockatoo. Let go of your agenda and do something spontaneous and out of the ordinary. Do something to demonstrate your love and care for your mate or one of your closest friends, or demonstrate love for yourself. You're about to embark on an important learning process, whether through formal education or self-study, which will require your dedication and perseverance and yet be very stimulating and fulfilling. So a new life, that sounds like. Bolster your self-esteem by refusing to demean, put down, or criticize yourself for at least one full day. How about from now on? Because, again, this is where we're tapping into that beautiful self-love of so what it's about. The lover, oh, so important. The lover that you, can you guys hear them or not? Oh my goodness. Every time I try and talk. Okay, the lover that you're with is a keeper and will be a responsible and affectionate mate. Or is somebody about to walk into your life? White cockatoo. If it's a white cockatoo, you've just about completed these difficult changes. Aww. And about to launch a new beginning. Well, how about that? So awesome, right? Love it. Perfect timing, of course. Yes. So what's going on? Letting it all go. Exactly. What is that book? I know it's back to front. This is Stephen Farmer's Animal Spirit Guides. It's very loved and very worn. Very, very worn and loved. I think, oh, I did have a signed copy of this, I thought. Oh, I did. Check it out from way back when. It was so powerful when I had that signed. It was at the Angel Intuitive, actually, back in 2007, I think I saw them, when Doreen and him were together at the Gold Coast, and did a big fire ceremony after a 3-day intensive Angel Intuitive. It was so powerful. It was so powerful. I loved it so much. Brought back a pile of memories looking at that. Signature. So yes, new beginnings. Yeah. Speaking of new beginnings, if you're ready to accelerate your life purpose, the inner circle is open, guys, but not for much longer. It will be closing on the 14th of January. So if you know that you want to not just accelerate your life purpose and even discover what that is and even put yourself out there in the world, or maybe it's not even putting yourself out there in the world, maybe it's like really releasing the stuff from your past, shifting that deep subconscious stuff, which you do whilst just being in my energy field, one-on-one, every day, WhatsApp, or whenever you choose. It doesn't have to be every day, but it can be. And unlimited psychic readings. You've got distance healings. You also get access to everything that I ever create. You can ask me anything about anything. It's not just spiritual stuff. We're talking about the relationship stuff. We're talking about your past stuff. We're going to past lives. We unlock things that you didn't even know were sitting there. And this is what shifts not just the awakening of your spiritual gifts and the evolution of who you are, but every area of your life. Because when we're working with our life purpose and when we do this spiritual work, our life purpose, it says life. That's every part of our life. And we get to create this magical life that we live and choose every day and manifest what we want and where we want, working with who we want, creating the relationships we want, creating the life we want. And this is what we do in the Life Purpose Accelerator. So the link is in the title. You'll see it on my page. You can send me a message if you've got any questions about the Life Purpose Accelerator. Actually, while we're on live stream now, do you guys have any questions about the inner circle, about the Life Purpose Accelerator and working with me one-on-one for 12 months? Like I said, you guys get access to everything that I create. And there's some bit exciting things coming up next year, by the way, as well. I'm really excited about what 2021 is bringing. So if you've got questions, just let me know. Yeah, you're so welcome, Miss Tisha. So very welcome. Love that name. Super love that name. So yeah, I'll just wait to see if there's any questions that come through about the inner circle. It is only one of the 2 ways that you can work with me over 2021. It's so interesting the process that I went about that in the past couple of days when, you know, it was like all this influx of inquiries, like wanting to work or book a distance healing or something. I'm like, I'm not doing them anymore. And then like 2 days later, I woke up and I'm like, am I doing the right thing? I was like, yeah, I am. See, new beginnings, new cycles, right? It's definitely time because, yeah, and I got shown so much stuff about where reality awareness is evolving in that ceremony. The ceremonies are so powerful, especially when they're live. It's just pure what comes through in the moment. Very, very special, very, very powerful. All right, guys, even if you're watching the replay, you can let me know if you've got any questions. Otherwise, I shall see you soon. Love you guys heaps. Mwah.